got a topic for you guys because I want to know how many people in this world have been seeing this going on right now. Now, this is a new trailer for a new animated adventure by Glitch, whatever the heck they're called. You know, it's an indie animation studio, and I'm not going to play their whole trailer because honestly, it's not that interesting. It looks like a lot of stuff that you've seen before. Yeah, it might have a little coolness here or there, a little bit of intrigue going on, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that fantastic. And it's kind of just bleh, bleh, like that's my personal opinion of it. It looks kind of blah. I might watch it, I don't know, but the reality is the actual controversy in regards to this anime or animation or whatever the heck you want to call it is in its cast. Now, some of these people I don't have a problem with. You know, I don't have an issue at all with who's playing who, except when we get down here to who's this guy? Huh, this is Songwon Cho, otherwise known as ProZD. Now, for those of you who are unaware of who ProZD is an individual who went around there and started advocating for people to play and voice act characters and stuff like that they look like. That was a big part of his own arguments. And we can even see over here, like, he's proud that he will be voicing this particular character in this show. You know, he's happy that this is the character he's going to be voicing. There's only one problem here. By the standards that you've already well laid out, bro's white. And you're Asian. Now, that goes to the actual controversy, because a person like me, I don't care. I've never cared about this idea of you needing to voice the characters you look like, because I find that to be inherently toxic, inherently racist, and outright detrimental to the grand scheme of voice acting in the industry itself, because it should be a meritocratic system. It should be a system in which you do the best job that there is. But that's not the system that Songwon Cho has laid out for himself. This isn't what he has wanted. He's openly advocated for people to play roles that they look like, even to his own detriment. Because reminder, guys, Songwon Cho, after advocating for people to play very specific roles, would go on then to cry that he's only being given Asian roles now to voice. He's only going out there and being offered Asian characters to voice. And he didn't like that, because he really wanted to go out there and voice our good buddy over here, Senshi, from Delicious in Dungeon, who is a good character, don't get me wrong. Pro, you did a great job voicing this character. I like the character, but here's the thing. Because of the rules you laid out yourself, I don't think you deserved this character at all. But because those rules started impacting you in a negative way, you cried because you wanted to play this character. You bawled your eyes out because this is the character you wanted. And people were all over the place pointing out how, hey, bro, this is hypocritical of you. You aren't this way. You see Savvy right here. Aren't you the blow up pool ball who said you have to look like the character you voice? Yep. We can see Vera Dark, rules for thee, but not for me. But one of my personal ones is here from Philip Chan. Shout out to Phil, good buddy of the channel, good friend of the channel, saying, man, people like you make me think that we should bring back Asian hate. Phil gets to say that because Phil's Asian, but all the pushback that Songwon was getting here actually led him to put out a twit longer right here. Hey all, this will be my last tweet on this platform. I will no longer be using Twitter after this. If you look at the replies of my latest announcement tweet, you'll see a lot of comments like this. This has been going on for years now, and while the normal procedure has been to block and move on, I truly don't think Twitter is worth it anymore. In the past, I have expressed that I think diversity in casting is important. It is a complicated topic. You have advocated that people voice and act the way they look. The things that are going on right now with the updated version for Avatar: The Last Airbender, their brand new series that they're going to be putting out over on Netflix, where they're saying, hey, we're going to be casting authentic voices here to play all these fake characters of fake races that don't actually exist. Yeah, we're going to be casting authenticity so that we can have the accurate voices. That stuff doesn't make sense. That's stuff that you yourself have advocated for, and people keep throwing it in your face because, listen, you did this yourself, and then you cried that it impacted you. But hey, we're going to keep moving on. But at the end of the day, I still stand by this. I think it's important for all voice actors to be given an equal opportunity, and I think there have been positive changes on that front. A lot of bad faith arguers have tried to paint this as me saying things I've never said. You have said it, though. In fact, you have said it, and I have this clip from a Rev Says Desu video where he got from another video, but this is the easiest clip I have, where he's practically saying that.
Do you feel like your opportunities are limited? Do you feel like more opportunities would be open to you if you were, a white male, being by what you've seen so far?
I definitely would have more opportunities if I were white, for sure. There's no doubt about that. I mean, even comparing now to like, let's say like 5-10 years ago, it's definitely changed. Like, I think studios.
To cast authentically means to hire actors who resemble or relate to characters they are playing.
Are much more aware of, hey, we should, cast authentically, so there have been some good steps. We still have a long way to go.
So based on that,
and I'm not meaning to, cut him off right there, Rev in particular, but I mainly wanted that clip of him saying it. I mainly wanted where he's openly saying, we're trying to cast more authentically. I want them to cast more authentically. Those were his words. He wanted this. And now when people are throwing his words back at him, he's saying, I never said these things. Yet we have the clips of you saying it. You've deleted tweets in which you've said it too, and we've caught you doing this. You have brought all this on yourself, buddy. This isn't anybody else taking you out of context. They're showing you the context. They're showing what you have said, and they are holding you accountable for your own actions and words. I have been reluctant to address this for years because I know a lot of these people will not listen to reason no matter what I say, and I have not wanted to add to this ongoing drama, but you brought this drama up. You were a part of this drama. You're one of the instigators in this drama. So you not wanting to bring this drama up, sorry, you started it. This is your own fault. Twitter especially is a cesspool for hatred, and it's been awful these past few years. But I think it's important for people to know that this has been happening. This is the last time I'll comment on any of this. Goodbye, Twitter. You truly suck ass. And you can see right here from a lot of the people that he's pointing out, hey, look, it's Phil, who's Asian and has a podcast. But it's Philip Chan. Phil's one of the people that pushed him to leave the internet, that pushed him and said, oh my god, I'm getting so much hate. I'm getting so much hate for the actions that you have taken yourself, for the choices you have made, for the things that you have advocated for that have actually hurt the industry. You're being held to account. And when you get to go out there and flaunt that you're not following the rules that you yourself have laid out for others, that you get to go out there and cry about, oh my god, I'm only getting Asian roles now. Why can't I act for all these white roles? Why can't I do this? Those are your own standards hindering you right now. But yet you still want to advocate for that stuff. You still want to push that stuff out there. And mind you guys, if we follow this whole authenticity in casting, we wouldn't get fantastic actors like Phil LaMarr. Phil LaMarr, who voiced, obviously, I'm blanking on names right now, but Samurai Jack. You have him voicing Hermes from Futurama, and why the heck am I blanking on one of my favorite Green Lanterns here? But you get it. Phil voiced a Japanese man and was renowned for it. Hey, we could go over here. Hey, here's Mally Flanagan. You want to know who Mally, whatever her name is? You want to know who she's famous for voicing? She's famous for voicing Naruto Uzumaki. She is the voice of Naruto Uzumaki, or Uzumaki Naruto, however you want to say it, in the English dub. She's been Naruto for years. People love her voice as Naruto. I wouldn't imagine Naruto without her voice. Hey, we could also come over here. This is Colleen Clickenbird. Okay, I probably also butchered her name. She's been voicing Monkey D. Luffy for the past 15 years at this point in time. 15 long years of this woman right here voicing a Brazilian boy. I mean, if we're casting authentically, wouldn't we need a Brazilian boy to voice Monkey D. Luffy? Wouldn't we need an actual Japanese boy to voice Naruto Uzumaki? Hell, when it comes over here, wouldn't we need a Japanese boy to, or a Japanese man in this instance, to voice Samurai Jack? Obviously not. Obviously, we don't need that in the voice industry, okay? Obviously, that's not something we actually need to follow, because in the voice acting industry, it literally is the best person for the job. Hell, when we come back over here to Sungwon Cho voiced Cat Viper in One Piece. That's a giant cat man. You're not a giant cat man. How do we cast authentically when it comes to a giant cat man? Huh? How do we do that? How do you cast somebody accurately to play that role? You can't. But hey, if we follow this rule, we wouldn't have people like Miyami over here. Miyami Takanaka. Miyami Takanaka has been voicing Monkey D. Luffy and the actual Japanese version, the actual anime itself, all the way in Japan. She has been voicing Monkey D. Luffy since 1999. Since it started airing, she has been the voice for Monkey D. Luffy. She's not a Brazilian boy. She's not a boy. She's about 80 years old right now, one of the oldest running voice actors in the entire industry. She's voiced one of the most iconic characters in all of Shonen Jump. But hey, we need to cast authentically, so she shouldn't be allowed to voice Monkey D. Luffy anymore. Hell, we can even go to one of my other favorites, Amanda Miller right here, who's voiced Boruto for a limited amount of time. She's no longer the voice of Boruto, if my information's correct, but she's also voiced Sailor Jupiter. Amanda Miller's half black, and I love her voice acting. She's also voiced one of my favorite characters in Excel World, the main antagonist for season 2. Who's a boy, mind you, a Japanese boy. She's a partially black woman, and I love her roles. I love her capability. But that gets to the point of the matter. Meritocracy. The capability of actually doing the job right, doing the job appropriately, and having people actually love you for your roles. You see, if we follow with Sungwon Cho's ideas, you wouldn't have people like that. You wouldn't have some of the most iconic voices in the entire industry voicing some of the greatest characters ever drawn, written, or created. You wouldn't have people like Mally Flanagan here voicing Naruto. Hell, you wouldn't have I can't say her name right now, but you wouldn't have Takanaka here, okay? You wouldn't have her voicing one of the longest running characters in the anime. You wouldn't have her because she's not authentic. Guys, she's not authentic. She doesn't go directly to this. And this goes back to why Sungwon is getting pushback, why he's getting called out. It's because, bruh, you're an Korean dude voicing this guy who's obviously not Korean. But your standards are to cast authentically. Your standards have been to cast people this way. And when you get impacted by those standards, you cry about it. You demand the industry bend over backwards for you, all while blocking others out of the industry. That's why people called you out. That's why people drag you through Twitter. And that's why you're running and hiding right now. You're trying to say you never said these things, yet we have the clips of you saying it. You're trying to say that I never advocated for this. We have you saying it. We've seen you say it. We know what you do. You brought this onto the industry yourself, and right now you're reaping your rewards. People are calling you out as you get to pull that ladder up behind you while simultaneously getting all the rules you ever want. Hell, you gotta be freaking Abby Soju in freaking K-pop Demon Hunters, or Soju Abs, or whatever the heck his name is. You gotta be a big buff Korean dude. Bro, you're fat. That's all I'm gonna say there. You're not a big buff Korean dude, but you get to voice him. Not very authentic in my opinion. But hey, you play stupid games, you're gonna win a stupid prize. This is all your own doing right now. Okay? You can run and hide from Philip Chan, who's also Asian, but people will always hold you to account and will always point out your own fault here. You're not playing authentically, you're playing hypocritically.